In this video, we are going to learn some basic structures for sentences in English. In this class, you will learn 3 different sentence structures. There are 3 different structures because the verb has a different job in each structure. In the first structure we will learn in the class, we will learn how to use linking verbs, because linking verbs connect the subject to the complement. The second structure, we will learn how to use transitive verbs to talk about how the subject does an action, and that action in the transitive verb is received by the direct object. And the third structure we will learn is about how to use intransitive verbs, because intransitive verbs do not send the action to an object. After an intransitive verb, the sentence can end. So we will learn 3 different sentence structures, and how you use them depends on the verb you choose. For the first structure, you must use a linking verb. For the second structure, you must use a transitive verb. And the third structure, you must use an intransitive verb. In this video, we are going to focus learning the first structure. We're going to learn how to use linking verbs in sentences. Before we can learn the sentence type, the sentence style, we need to review. All sentences need 2 parts. The parts are subject and verb. All sentences need at least 1 subject and at least 1 verb. Subjects and verb, this group is called a clause. The clause means 1 subject and 1 verb at least. You can have many subjects or many verbs, but the idea when you have this group of the subject and the verb together is called a clause. All sentences need clauses, and the clause means the subject and the verb, the necessary parts for all sentences to be correct. You have 3 examples of sentences here. The first one is using the sentence type 1. The second is second type 2. And the third is sentence type 3. Okay, let's start learning about sentence style 1. In this sentence, we see that we need a linking verb. You need your subject, a linking verb, and the complement. Okay, so first, let's make sure we can understand linking verb. What is a linking verb? The linking verb gives more information about subjects. It connects the subject to the complement. What does this mean? It means that we give information about the subject. Maybe we give information about the state of being, the condition of the subject, the feelings of the subject. Maybe we explain the result of the subject, or we can also talk about one of the 5 senses. So the linking verb, the job of this verb is to show, maybe show the condition, the state of being, show the feelings, show a result, or show one of the 5 senses. So now that we understand the linking verb explains more about the subject, maybe the feeling of the subject, the state of being of the subject, or the 5 senses of the subject. Okay, so complement can be an adjective, can be a noun, can be an adjective and a noun, or an adverb. If this is the complement, that means the subject is this one. So we're connecting the subject to the complement using the verb be. Here are some examples. She is nice. Nice is explaining the subject she. Number 2, she is a teacher. Here, teacher is a noun. Teacher is explaining, giving more information about
the subject she. Number 3, she is a nice teacher. Here we have an adjective and a noun to explain more information about the subject she. Or the last one, the adverb she is here. So you can see the underlined words are the complements. What is a complement again? The complement explains more information. It gives more information about the subject. In this sentence type, we use the verb be a lot. For example, he is fine. Teachers are everywhere. Andrea is my cousin. So we use the verb be a lot for this sentence type. But it's not the only verb we use. There are many different verbs you can use for this sentence style. Here are more examples of linking verbs. Remember, the linking verb has 3 jobs. Maybe it tells us about the state of being, the condition or feelings. Use these verbs here. Maybe you're explaining results, talking about results. You can use these verbs to do that. Or for the 5 senses, touch, sight, hear, smell, taste, you have different verbs you can use. If you want to talk about the touch of something, you can use the verb feel, the verb seem, or the verb be. After these verbs, remember you need complements. That means you need an adjective, a noun, or an adjective plus a noun. These are linking verbs, so you always need a complement after.
Let's look at some examples of how we can use the first sentence structure. So let's study these examples. Number 1, the pizza tasted good. She liked it. So the first sentence, the pizza is the subject. Tasted is the linking verb because good is information about the pizza. So if you look at this first sentence, the pizza tasted good, there really is only one noun, the subject, the pizza. And we're talking about that subject. So that is sentence number 1. Let's look at sentence number 2. Greg seemed mad. Greg, subject, seemed is a linking verb because it's connecting the subject, connecting it to this adjective here, the complement, which is explaining, describing Greg. So in this sentence, Greg seemed mad. Again, we only have one noun, the subject. Everything in the sentence is about the subject. Number 3, David is a math student. Here we see David is the subject, is the linking verb be, a math student. Here we can see that we have an article, an adjective, and a noun. Student is a noun. But student, noun, is not a different noun than David. David and student are the same person. So even in number 3, David is a math student. Here, we still only have one noun. Everything in this sentence is about the subject, David. So when we study, when we look at these examples, you need to understand that the linking verb, the job of this verb is to connect the subject to more information. And so more information is sometimes an adjective like good or mad, or sometimes it's a noun like co-workers, or sometimes it's both, a noun with an adjective before. So study this page, pause the video to study all of the different examples, and pay attention to how the linking verb can be in any time. That means any tense. You can use the linking verb in the present tense, like in number 3, David is a math student, is, or number 4, Carol and Amy are co-workers. I'm using the verb be in the simple present, or feels in the simple present. Or I can use it in the past, like I can use it in number 1, the pizza tasted good. Ed ending because this is in the past. Okay, now let's review. Let's review what we learned in this video. We learned that this structure is used with linking verbs only because the sentence uses verbs like be, look, and smell to talk about the subject, to give information about the subject. The complement which comes at the end after the linking verb, the complement can be a noun, an adjective, an adverb, or an adjective plus a noun. So what the complement at the end of the linking verb can be to explain, to describe about the subject, so you can use nouns or adjectives. We also learned that this structure connects the subject to the complement. Go back to review if you need more information. Thanks for watching.